Hello independent artists, Jonathan Milanis of Soundprise here. Thank you for watching the video. We are nearing the end of 2020. To say the least, 2020 has been a interesting year. A lot of ups and downs, but I think we can take this time to self-reflect, especially in terms of our well-being, how we feel about life currently. But today I want to specifically talk about social media. Heading into 2021, what are the best tips that I can give you as a digital marketer? And how to best utilize social media in general. Just a real quick history of what social media is. Let's go back to what the word media means. And media just means to broadcast, to tell a story, to explain something, to present something. And when you add the word social, it just means to broadcast something socially. But even deeper than that, I think social media is about broadcasting your story, your brand, to your community. So the first tip I'm going to say about social media heading into 2021 is that all your likes and follows are basically going to be meaningless. There are a lot of reports, and obviously it's happening pretty much. And so the reason why I say that is because platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, your organic reach is pretty much going to go down. If 10% of your followers see your post, you're very lucky, and heading into 2021 you'd be lucky to even get 3% of those audiences to see your post. So how do we combat that change? It's really simple. You have to create content that actually inclines your audience to engage, and engagement means actually commenting on the post, actually maybe saving the post or direct messaging after you posted the content. So the algorithms don't really push you into their system with likes or follows anymore. Like I said, that's going to be meaningless heading into 2021, which I think it's a good thing, because then I think the primary focus of your social media is basically, how can I create content that's going to connect to the people that I care more about, that I care the most about, and how can I engage them? And so that forces us to kind of become more creative and generally more thoughtful about what we put out there, We're not just releasing content for the sake of it. And we're not there for vanity metrics. So my second tip for independent artists looking to utilize social media in 2021 is finding your brand, finding your story, and to use that brand and context to find your audience and actually create a community along with it. The fact is, your music, your story, who you are, is not going to please everyone, right? The myth is that if you're truly yourself, you'll attract everyone to like you, because people like authentic people. That is a lie. That is not the way real life is. What I'm really trying to say is that once you find your brand, and that's a big task in itself, finding your brand and your story. It's about understanding, okay, where do these people hang out? Where do these people congregate? And how can I engage with these people? How can I connect with these people? And that goes back to understanding, okay, what is my value proposition? Why should these people care about me? Apart from us liking the same interests or the same genre of music or artists or film or whatever it is, there's an underlying theme that connects these people together. And if you can hone in on that and find a way to engage with that community, and most importantly, invite that community to your world, I think you'll do well in social media. So the third way I would recommend you independent artists to utilize social media in 2021 is investing in people rather than paid ads. Especially if you don't really have a campaign going on, I don't really think you should be using paid ads. Or the only time I would recommend using paid ads is if you have a strong campaign, if you have an actual decent budget to push whatever that campaign is, and you actually know what you're doing with it. Because if not, you're just wasting money, But the reason why I'm saying invest in people, and that goes out to whether that's potential collaborators, that's your fan base, your potential fan base, or just engaging with the community itself, is because long term their dividends actually pay better. I'd rather collaborate with, I guess a prime example of that is, I'd rather collaborate with an artist and be able to promote my own artist project within their community, and kind of vice versa, where they're promoting themselves through my community. There's that kind of exchange process happening, and that's free. You might have to invest a bit of time and energy and finding the right people to collaborate with, but you're not spending a dime. And I think actually you're much better off building your fan base organically, at least 90% of the time. Unless you have an artist management, a major record label, or you're rich, do whatever you want with your finance. But if you're the working class person, truly independent, do it yourself, you have to be more tactful and you have to think 3 steps ahead. So again, invest in people, use social media as a platform to connect with your fellow human beings. It's not just a way for you to promote, And this goes back to what I was saying earlier about what's your value proposition? What can you provide other people? What are you providing other people that they'd want to invest in you or your artist project? So the final advice I'm going to give to independent artists looking to utilize social media in 2021 is social media isn't everything. I know a lot of my peers who this year was, for the most part, consistently releasing content. And when I speak to them, pretty much 100% of the consensus says it's been kind of more or less useless, or there wasn't really much progress in terms of their career. I'm not saying social media isn't useful. I think it definitely has its part to play in one's career, but I think the mindset is using it as a tool, as a part of marketing yourself, But I don't believe that you should invest 100% of your time, energy, and money into it. You don't build a house, and I always say this, you don't build a house from the rooftop, and social media is the rooftop, The underlying foundation is your brand, your story, the quality of your music, and really understanding what your value proposition is. And then the marketing comes after. It's not marketing first and then the music and the brand. It doesn't work that way. So whenever I work with independent artists within Soundprise, the reason why we succeed is because we work on the foundations, which is the brand, and then the next stage is the music, and then marketing. It's not the other way around. Using social media as a tool, as just a part of your overall, strategy. Because the fact is, you only have so much time and energy, and you want to be, especially heading into 2021, there's going to be so much changes within social media, the internet, and probably your personal life too. So you have to be, I think really what I'm really trying to say throughout this video is be more strategic with how you use social media rather than reacting to what's the latest trend. Trends change by the minute, I know an artist I spoke to recently where she was pretty much releasing content every day on TikTok, sometimes even 2 or 3 a day, and she's gained, hundreds of thousands of followers on the platform. But in terms of her Spotify streams, she hasn't really passed the 1,000 mark, That's just another lesson where social media isn't everything, especially your follows, your likes, and those numbers, What the question is, how are those numbers funneling down into your fan base and your career? Anyways, independent artists, thank you for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing New Year's. 2021 is going to be exciting. There's a lot of opportunities coming out. Whether or not we'll get back into, musicians gigging, I don't know. Most of what the opportunity out there is digital, so make use of that. And I wish you all the best. So here's some more music and success. Peace.